we're really going to do with unit cost. Okay, we're going to find our unit cost, we're going to compare unit cost, and we are going to then use unit cost. Okay, so here we're just going to practice finding unit cost. And you can say unit cost or you can say unit price. Okay, I know that gets confusing, and I'm going to try to use both of them because they're both the same thing. So to find unit cost was exactly what we just did, okay? So here's our question. And again, I'm going to show you both ways this time with a table and a proportion, and then I'm going to move towards just the proportion, okay? So I charge $27.32, okay, for 5 cupcakes. Okay, I charge $27.32 for 5 cupcakes. How much do I charge for 1 cupcake? Okay, so again, I charge $27.32 for 5 cupcakes, but I want to figure out how much I'm charging for 1. When I'm looking for how much I'm charging for 1, I'm really just looking for the unit rate. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to circle my important numbers so I can figure out how I'm going to set up my proportion. Okay, and I know that remember that proportions are when we're comparing things. So $27.32 for 5 cupcakes. And then my question is, how much do I charge for 1 cupcake or per cupcake, right? And this 4 right here tells me that it is a comparison. And so this is kind of like per, right? Okay, if I were going to set this up as a table, I would have money, and I would have cupcakes, and it would be $27.32 for 5 cupcakes. But remember, the point is I'm not interested in how much I charge for 5 cupcakes. I want to know how much I'm charging for 1 cupcake, so I'm going to put that one there. Okay, so again, with the ratio table, I know these ratios have to be equivalent. So 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 27.32 divided by 5. So again, you can do this work by hand. You can do this in a calculator. When you do it in a calculator, you're going to get more than 2 digits after the, after your decimal, and then you're going to have to round to the hundredths place. And in this case, you're going to get 5.46. Okay, and this says 5.46 per 1 cupcake. If we were going to do that as a proportion, so this is the more algebraic way of doing this, we're going to go like this. We're going to set up 2 equivalent ratios. Right there, there's a proportion. I know that it's $27.32 for 5 cupcakes, but I want to know how much it is for 1 cupcake. Notice it's the exact same thing in the table. It just takes the table away and sets it more algebraic, okay? So now I'm still going to do the same work. I'm going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 5. And when I do that, I'm going to get 5.46, okay? So then my answer, and remember, you don't have to do it both ways. You get to pick which way works best for you, okay? I charge $5.46 per cupcake. Okay, that word per is very important when you're answering a unit cost question. Okay, let's do one more where we're just finding. Let me see what I got going on. Let me see what my next example is going to be. Okay, let's do an example where let's compare unit cost. Okay, compare unit cost. Now, if the unit cost, whichever unit cost is cheaper is going to be your better buy, right? So when we're talking about comparing unit cost, we're wanting to know what is the better buy. Okay, so here's my question. All right, let's see here. So Jaden, he was buying his mom some birthday present, and Jaden can get 3 scarves for $13.35. Okay. But Naya can get 5 scarves for $22.65. Just by looking at that, who do you think is getting a better deal? Okay, and that's going to be our question. Who is getting the better buy? Better buy means cheaper. Okay, so let's go through. Now we've got a couple of situations here, so we're going to be really careful. Okay, so we've got Jaden can get 3 scarves for $13.35. Okay, that's Jaden. Naya can get 5 scarves for $22.65. Who is getting the better buy? So basically what we're saying is, and this should be a question mark, if you want to know who's getting the better buy, you got to find the unit rate. Okay, so compare unit cost, put a star. Okay, better buy equals cheaper unit cost. Okay, so let's give it a shot here. So let's start with Jaden. So Jaden had 3 scarves for $13.35, but remember money's on the top, so I'm going to do this as a proportion, $13.35 per 3 scarves. Okay, I want to know how much it's going to cost him for 1 scarf. Okay, so again, what we're going to do is we are going to say, well, what did I do to get from 3 to 1? I'm dividing by 3, so I'm going to divide by 3 again. Now $13.35 divided by 3 is $4.45. So that means Jaden unit cost is $4.45 per scarf. Okay, that's another way you can write it. Naya, okay, so Naya can buy 5 scarves for $22.65. So $22.65 goes on the top, and that's for 5 scarves. But remember, if we're setting up a proportion, we're just interested in 1 scarf because the better buy is the cheaper unit cost. I'm going to divide by 5 because 5 divided by 5 gets me to 1, and I'm going to divide $22.65 divided by 5. Go ahead and do that. Tell me what you get. Okay, I got $4.53. So the unit cost here is $4.53 per scarf. So looking at Jaden's unit cost at $4.45 per scarf and Naya's unit cost at $4.53 per scarf, who got the better deal? So here's our answer. Jaden got the better buy because $4.45 per scarf is cheaper than $4.53 per scarf. Okay. The last thing that we're going to do is we are going to use the unit rate, and I'm going to run out of space, so I'm going to get a new piece of paper here. We are going to use the unit rate, okay? And when I say use the unit rate, we're going to use the unit rate to find out different types of prices, okay? So this is going to be using unit rate. And this is the last thing that we're going to do. Okay, so here's my question. Okay, my question is, popcorn costs $15.36 for 6 bags. Okay, how much would it cost for 8 bags? Okay. So, popcorn costs $15.36 for 6 bags. Okay, remember this is that word that tells us that we're comparing. How much would it cost for 8 bags? And I'm going to go ahead and circle that. So, let's start by writing down the relationship or the comparison that we have. We know, and let's see here, we'll do this with a table first. Okay, we know that we have money and popcorn, okay? And we know that it's $15.36 for 6 bags of popcorn, but I want to know how much it costs for 8. Now the problem is, to go from 6 to 8, I'd have to be multiplying by a decimal or a mixed number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to instead find the unit rate first. Okay, and you can do this. Your numbers are out of order and that's fine. I'm going to actually find the unit cost first by dividing by 6. Okay, and when you divide by 6, okay, you get $2.56 per bag. Okay, now in order to go this way, I really want to go say, well, okay, then how much would it be for 8 bags? Now I'm multiplying by 8. And I'm going to multiply this way also by 8. And let's see, that will get me $20.48. Okay. So, popcorn costs $15.36 for 6 bags. How much would it cost for 8 bags? It would cost $20.48 per 8 bags, or for 8 bags. Okay, let's do another one. All right, so it costs, okay, this is going to be a big one, $70.48 for, let's say, 12, I need something fun that we're buying, for 12 bags of candy bars. Okay. How much would it cost for 7 bags of candy bars? Okay, that's a lot to write, so push pause if you need to. So, it costs $70.48 for 12 bags of candy bars. How much would it cost? I always like to underline my question, for 7 bags of candy bars. So I know how much it costs for 12 bags, and I want to figure out how much it costs for 7 bags. And so I know that I'm going to have to find the unit rate first, okay? So let's take a look at what that would look like. So I'm going to set up proportion this time, okay? So I'm going to say 70.48, that's the cost, for 12 bags of candy bars. Now these are big bags of candy bars, okay? Like Halloween time. And I want to know how much it costs for 7 bags. Okay? And again, that jump, I'm like trying to think, what can I divide 12 by to get 7 smoothly? And I really can't. So I'm going to do another proportion. Why not? And I'm going to find 1. Okay? Because I want to find the unit rate or the unit cost. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way and I'm going to divide by 12. Now I have to go over here and let's see. 70.48 divided by 12. I put that in the calculator and I'm going to get a really long repeating decimal, but I know that it's going to be $5.87 per bag. Okay. Now that I know that it's $5.87 per bag, I'm going to multiply by 7. So do you see you have to work backwards a little bit? I'm going to multiply by 7. 587 times 7, and you're going to get $41.09. Okay, so here's our answer. It would cost, here's our answer right here, $41.09 for 7 bags of candy bars. Okay, and here, this is one of my favorite kind of candy bars, and that's why I did this problem, because I looked up and I saw those candy bars and I was like, ooh. All right, so now we've done how to find the unit rate. We've done comparing unit rates, who has a better buy, and now we've had using the unit rate to find other amounts. Have a great day.